Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. But tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Washington Commanders. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real, and a pretty nice opening statement.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now, back out on the field, put together a good drive and get some points of their own.
They'll go play action with Nix. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Noah Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. An extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. When you look at this defense, they are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Jalen Lane deep for Washington. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Lane. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now it's Nix. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little game. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Throwing Nix. He's got his receiver, Lane. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Nix to the air. And he whips that one incomplete there.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now he's going to step up and run. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That's down the field. He's got Arroyo. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here's Krosky Merritt to start the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. To throw is Nix. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Nix. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Lane, 78 yards. And the Commanders are able to add on to that lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score. Commanders 21, Seahawks 10.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Dragon 60, 60 Maverick, 60 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one goes underneath to Walker. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a 1st down.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Back to Walker on first down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. 70
They'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The drive begins with a carry by Krosky Merritt. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now 2nd and 3. To throw, here's Nix. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. The throw left side, hauled in by Lane. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That's good for
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Commanders 28, Seahawks 13.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
First down.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second down and 4.
Cowboys, 19, 18, Pioneers. Buffalo 18, 70 Rangers. Cup 19.
Back to throw. Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Cowboy, Dragon 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Go.
They're going to look to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Nix from the shotgun. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Second and 6. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Lane, as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. Myers connects on the PAT. And that will cut the lead down to 15.
Seahawks 20.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Let's go now.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slope if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
79 Broncos. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Second and 2.
47-yard line.
He completes this to Walker. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Gain of 4 yards. And the Seahawks. A gain of 4 yards. First down, Seahawks.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
First down. A gain of 26 yards. First down, Seattle.
They'll look to throw again. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but does say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football Worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about Young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stops right there.
15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Nix. And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sign of relief.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Off the play fake. Nix. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a 2nd and 6. Throwing Nix. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
A run inside, Krosky Merritt. And now a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders add 6 to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Commanders 42, Seahawks 27.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
19 Charger, 19 Charger. Ready.
Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And no sidestepping that here. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 6 now. Now it's Nix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Nix to the air. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 35, here's second down and 2. They'll go play action with Nix. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. On the give, Krosky-Merritt. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun on third down, Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Give to Krosky-Merritt. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. That is incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of, what's right in this game nowadays? Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play on fourth, here's first and 10. A give now to Bill. This is Krosky-Merritt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On play action, here's Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Commanders look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Seahawks 27.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Here we go.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he goes out right around the 39. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Walker has it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
That's good for a Seahawks.
19. Take that.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
They'll look to throw here. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half.